Muy buenas a todos, gente, bienvenidos a un nuevo episodio aquí en el canal de Don Pepperronin. El día de hoy vamos a comenzar con este fantástico título, el Genshin Impact. Como ya dije siempre, como ya dije las últimas 4 veces, explorando la nueva región de Sumeru. Por cierto, antes de comenzar quiero pedirte que por favor te suscribas al canal, dejes tu like en el episodio y te suscribas para más. También puedes comentarme en la parte de abajo qué te está pareciendo el juego, si te gusta, si te parece que todavía tiene cosas que mejorar, si te parece que el juego está muerto y te vas a ir al Tower of Fantasy. También me lo puedes dejar aquí abajo en los comentarios. Vamos a continuar la misión que estábamos haciendo de Sumeru. Es el acto 3. No, ¿qué? Acto no sé qué. Ya se me olvidó. A ver, tenemos que cocinar algo. Preparar almuerzo. Vinimos con Aspasia. ¿Cómo se llamaba? Acabo de jugar ayer.
Let's use the empty box that Tainari gave us since we already watched it. Oh, it smells amazing. And the box is a nice touch too. Let's go serve this up and start eating with Hypatia.
Hypatia.
Time to go.
Hypatia. Aquí estamos, come.
Are you already finished cooking?
Simón, échate un taquito.
Smells delectable. I'm truly thankful whenever I can enjoy a proper meal like this. Cooking really isn't my forte.
Va, aquí tienes.
Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spiritborn eel for the first time. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the Academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spend their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn eel primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power.
La bestia.
Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth.
Al chino no entendí nada.
That's all right. I'm sure you'll come to a clearer understanding as you remain in Sumeru.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was he sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
That was primarily due to his body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, he could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience the sensory overload,
ya la quiero ver. ¿Cómo
hence
vamos a
the
ver?
adverse reactions. Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spiritborn eel would cause adverse effects. Not to worry, though. It appears you've already fully recovered. Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon, but unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of Spiritborn eel should no longer trigger such reactions.
Deberíamos ver qué más podemos
Well, that's a relief.
ver con esas visiones mágicas.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could connect with Irminsul at will.
Whoa, you're really serious about this whole thing, aren't you?
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings. But there is still so much we don't know, especially regarding the mysteries that lie in the starry skies. Which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers. If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so will leave my consciousness intact. I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Irminsul during this stage. Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself. That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa, so knowledge from Irminsul can be super dangerous. Aren't you afraid of the risks,
Es algo
Hypatia?
súper bueno, pero que también puede ser súper malo, depende de cómo lo
Of
veas.
course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight, and dead silent without even the sound of insects. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore knowing that I have a little neighbor living nearby. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the Dendro Archon. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself.
Pues
And
mira,
they
no
have
los
the
conozco,
curious
la verdad, no
power
te
to
podría
make
decir si
people
sí o si
dream.
no. Para mí son
What's so
Cologs.
strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for a divine being, does it?
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
¿Cómo que no?
Huh. Is that true?
Yes, well,
Por eso
to an
todos
extent.
fuman.
Only children can
decía
dream
yo.
in Sumeru. Adults, however, never do. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical.
Es como el sueño caótico que tuve.
Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, those emotions could influence their dreams. The fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukadevata, the god of wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish delusions you encounter in your sleep.
Al chile dormir
I
está
was
bien
born
chido.
into
Yo
a
no sé si
family of
ustedes
scholars
sueñan
in
mucho, pero
Sumeru
cuando yo
City.
sueño y puedo
Ever since
controlar
I
mis
was a
sueños, a
child,
veces, no siempre,
my
pero
parents would always tell me that I
pero
will
es
know
lo
I've grown
máximo,
up
¿sabes? O
once I
sea,
stop dreaming.
soñar. Uf.
I studied hard,
Es lo que tú
enrolled
quieras,
as
es
a
tu
student in
sueño.
the academia, and went on to become
Puedes
a
estar con,
researcher.
yo qué sé, con
Sure
quien
enough,
tú quieras. ¿Quién es la
I
persona que
never
más te
dreamed
gusta, que
again.
más te atrae en el
But
universo?
then,
Aquel famoso que
on the
más te
day I
prende.
scared the little
Puedes estar con
Aranara,
esa persona.
I suddenly
ufas.
saw a dream again.
O puedes volar, ¿sabes?
was
Como Superman.
incredible.
O puedes, no sé,
Though I don't exactly remember what I saw,
yo qué sé, ser
I
millonario
clearly
y estar
recall
en un
the
yate,
feeling.
disfrutar, tirarte al mar,
I suddenly felt
nadar,
like I was
explorar
a
el
child
universo,
again.
el espacio.
Back then, I
no?
was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be, but I was free of fear. Maybe dreaming
Pues claro
isn't
que
as
no,
bad as
soñar
we've
es lo
made it out to
máximo.
be.
No porque seas listo ya no puedes soñar. Al
Just be
contrario,
sure
mucha
not to
gente
speak
lista
of this if you
tuvo
travel
sus
to
ideas
Sumeru
porque
City.
soñaron cosas.
They'll look at you as if you've lost your mind.
Albert Einstein, por ejemplo,
Do you
soñó
have
que le
any
cayó una
thoughts about the
manzana.
things he
Uf,
saw
inventó
when
la
he
gravedad ese
connected
día.
with Irminsul?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't
E
have
Isaac
any answers
Newton
as
y
of now.
publicó la
All I
famosísima
can say is that what you
ecuación.
saw is a
Igual a MC
memory
al cuadrado.
contained
En
within
su mente esto
Irminsul
lo soñó.
itself.
Dijo, Simón, sí soy. Y luego el
Well,
otro vato, el Thomas
What
Edison,
could
soñó
that
que le cayó un
possibly
rayo y
mean?
inventó la electricidad ese día.
If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life, I might have some more answers for you. If you two are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and see me.
Te deseo lo mejor en tu
There's no need
entrenamiento.
to be thanking me. You two are my saviors.
No te di las gracias, te deseo lo
Besides,
mejor en tu
I'm already
entrenamiento, que es
looking
muy
forward to
diferente.
tasting some more of your cooking.
Al chile sí cocino bien rico, no te voy a mentir.
Now that we know Hypatia is all right and had the chance to ask her some questions, Paimon thinks it's about time to head back to Gandharvaville.
Gandharvaville. Vamos de regreso a la Gandharvaville. Podemos ir así o podemos ir de la forma que más me gusta. Como el mismísimo Spider-Man. ¡Woo! Mira el Frutilupis. Moco. Por aquí también tiene que haber una... Ahí está. Ah, esa es la está que estaba buscando. ¡Vámonos! Nice. ¡Woo! Ya. Fuga, banda. Estamos aquí. ¿Ahora qué?
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a
Los pesados de la
forest
academia,
watcher
tú.
and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to
Estoy
Tainari's
acomodando el
reason for
micrófono, perdón por el
declining.
ruido.
We're here to invite him to the academia, not to cause a scene.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I
Que
am
no
merely a
quiero
forest
ir,
watcher.
necio.
How could the great minds of the
¿Por qué?
Haravatat have any
Because I'm
need
the
of someone like me?
bad guy.
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kaje?
You'll
Ese vato se ve que
know
está
once you've
enojado.
arrived in Sumero City, that is.
And how long will I be required to stay?
There's no
Pues
definite
unos
answer as of now.
27
Do you
años,
mean
más o
to tell
menos.
me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter to my master?
Pues no que muy
If
listos.
that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Gulam, Haye y el otro vato no sé cómo se llama. ¿Qué me ves? ¿Qué me ves? Me van a mandar a mí, ¿verdad? Ay, qué hueva con estos vatos.
Tainari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse on account of all my
Pues, ¿qué
responsibilities
crees?
here.
Yo soy más
But all that
capaz que
can
tú
wait.
y no
How did things go
tengo
with Hypatia?
It
ninguna
was quite the
responsabilidad.
eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound. She answered a bunch of questions for us, too.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer. I
Hazme
assume
un
you will
favor,
be
va a
heading to
decir.
Sumeru
Ve con el
City, correct?
Haye y el Gulam
That's right.
y ayúdalos
We
en lo
want
que
to
te
meet
piden.
Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice. Do you have any idea on how we can find her?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru City?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short, and most of my acquaintances are
El arconte siempre
researchers.
tiene que tener un
How about
subordinado que es como
this?
super
I'll
fiel
write
a
you a
él
letter
o
of
ella.
introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amorta Darshan and is adept at
El
gathering
20
information.
tenía Bárbara.
Asking him might prove
El
worthwhile.
Shongli, por
Also,
ejemplo,
when you
tiene
enter
a
Sumeru
la
City, you'll probably
chava
end up
esta de la
receiving
funeraria,
something
¿cómo
like
se
this
llama?
item here. I'm not sure if it will ever
Jutao.
come in handy for
Ahí
you,
está
but
todo el día pegada
maybe you
con
can
ella.
give it a
Digo,
try.
con él.
Oh, what is
Y
it?
también está, por ejemplo, Kuyo
It's
Sara
called an Akasha
con,
terminal.
con la
It's a tool produced
Shogun.
by the academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukadevata. Some say that this very item is the basis of Sumeru's reputation as the City of Wisdom. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the academia's expertise, so I'll leave it to them to show you how to use it.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! But wait.
Sí.
Before that,
Tenemos que despedirnos de Colei. Vamos
that's
a
right.
decirle bye.
Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale before we leave.
No, Colei ahora
Is she
está
doing better now?
muerta.
Yes, she's
La
doing
bestia.
much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she was taking the path towards the North Crossing.
Mira qué bien me queda de
She knew you
pasado.
two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari.
Gracias,
All right,
Billie Eilish.
let's
Nos
go.
vemos. Cuídate mucho.
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
Cuando este vato se corta el cabello, ¿tú crees que tenga broncas con sus orejas? O sea, de que me voy a cortar el cabello, nomás cuidado con las orejas. O también se las cortará. ¿Le crecerá el pelo de las orejas? ¿Así mucho?
I've been waiting for you
Como
two.
para que se lo tengan que cortar.
Well,
Habla, mija, escúpelo.
never mind. I guess I should just wish you two a safe and successful journey. Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City.
Puedes estar segura de que volveremos a visitarte. No es cierto, cuídate mucho, bye.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to me and the others to protect the rainforest here. And, I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition when we first met. I just wanted you two to treat me as a normal friend, not some girl that needs your sympathy. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine with one another.
Eso
There's
es
no
verdad.
need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you for trusting us enough to be your friends and sharing your past with us. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we care about you.
Le vamos a decir Saya
Thank you.
a esta morra. Vas
That
a
means
ser
a lot.
Saya.
Before you leave, I
La
have something
Saria.
for you.
Es la sabia del bosque.
Oh? What is it? It's my recipe for pita pockets.
Nice.
I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My handwriting is a little messy, so please don't laugh. Yay! Thanks, Kale.
Oigan, sí, ustedes
Now we
tienen
can
buena
eat the
caligrafía.
scrumptious
Caligrafía me
little
refiero a la
pitas
bonita
whenever
letra.
and
Mi
wherever we
letra es
I
horrible,
hope
es
that whenever you eat them,
feísima.
you'll both remember your time here
Pero
in Gandharvaville.
creo que se entiende.
Well then, I, trainee forest ranger Kale, bid you both farewell.
O sea, es fea de que tú la ves y dices que asco, lo escribió un niño de
The
kinder.
rangers will always
Pero
be
creo
ready
que
to
sí se
assist you
alcanza a
here.
entender. Al menos nunca se han quejado de que no puedas leerlo. Pero sí sé que es mi letra es fea. Mi letra no es así que digas, uff, yo nunca fui la morra de los plumones, mucho menos la morra castrosa. Pero sí, la verdad, sí, es horrible mi letra es fea. A ver, hay gente que la tiene más fea que yo, al punto que ni siquiera se entiende, ¿no? Mira, estos barriles son nuevos. Toma, perro. Ah, ¿viste? Muérete, por favor. Tengo que subirle los talentos al viajero mientras tanto, porque que no tengo otro personaje dentro. A ver, tengo a Coley. Pero la verdad es que no estoy acostumbrado a ella. Entonces, mientras tanto, es un elemento nuevo, ¿sabes? Así que no estoy contento con nada. Y la verdad es que el viajero me gusta. Es así, es como que ella. Bien, sigamos. Nijina. Tenemos de este lado a Mosgan. Y aquí dos NPCs que no importan para nada. Llegamos a la ciudad de Sumeru.
Sumeru City. We finally made it.
Por fin llegamos.
Did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
¿Qué?
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Simón Pana, el
Yeah,
Snipana.
that's right. But how did you know that?
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha. But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently provides each traveler to Sumeru City with a device.
Órale.
Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved Greater Lord Rukadevata's lasting legacy, a treasure trove of collected knowledge. After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, the Academia created one of its most ingenious inventions, the Akasha Terminal. As long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities such as Sumeru City
¿Traen un
and Port
aparatito
Ormuz.
Bluetooth?
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about. It sounds pretty
Yo
amazing.
también quiero uno, se ven chido.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru.
Aquí regalan
However,
iPhones. Yo quiero
this
un iPhone.
policy was recently changed.
Aquí regalan
Now
los
all travelers are
AirPods.
issued one upon arrival. Here are your Akasha terminals.
Nice.
Please handle them with care.
Quiero uno. A ver, póntelo.
It kind of looks like a leaf.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following
Que la
phrase
gran
to
diosa
yourself.
nos bendiga con su sabia
May
voz.
the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Oh, says this little doodad lets you access knowledge. Maybe we can use it to find a way to meet Lesser Lord
Órale, va, 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 va,
Kusanagi.
va, va, va,
Let's
va,
give it a
va, va.
try. Ahem. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Que la gran diosa nos bendiga con su sabia voz. ¡Ah, perro! Yo la quería del otro lado. Jaja, la Paimon también.
Whoa.
Ah, está bien perrona esta cosa. Me siento como Iron Man.
Knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate
quiero
on what we
uno.
want to know. And bam! You get it.
Dios, qué
That'll come
tecnológicos.
in real handy.
Exactly. That is the power of the Akasha. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon
Es como la
always be
cosita esta
your
del No
guide.
Man's Sky que te pones, es el radar que
Okay,
ves y
now that we're in,
mientras, qué
we
chido.
can check the Akasha about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let Paimon try. 500 years
500
ago,
años.
the sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides in the
Surastana.
sanctuary of Surastana.
Ok.
Seems pretty similar to what Kali was telling us. Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Huh?
No sirve, yo tampoco, a mí tampoco me sirve.
Come on. Ugh. Focusing on this question feels like when you have something you're trying to remember and it's on
Pero
the
yo la
tip of
quiero
your
también del
tongue,
lado
but you
derecho,
just
¿sabes? O sea,
can't think of it.
siento que se me vería mejor del lado derecho. Del lado izquierdo casi no se me
Paimon's
ve.
brain is exhausted.
Del lado derecho, del lado izquierdo ya tengo el arete. Tal vez pueda conseguir información de forma indirecta.
Oh, smart idea.
Me faltaba un
What
accesorio
are
de
you
mi lado
going to
derecho.
ask it?
Ya tengo el de este. ¿Por qué el conmutador Akashi no tiene respuesta? Reina menor Kusanali. Nada que no sepas ya. Nope.
You too? Well,
¿Por qué el conmutador Akashi no tiene respuesta? Cientos de pequeños puntos de luz aparecen en tu mente. Tal vez debas relajar la mente y concentrarte para no sé qué. Sentimientos de afecto, cercanía, añoranza, tristeza y angustia te inundan la mente. Parece ser que lo agente de Sumeru siente sobre la arconte fallecida.
uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of a sudden. It feels like the people of Sumeru really missed their Archon.
¿Por qué el conmutador Akashi no tiene respuesta? El conmutador Akashi no tiene por qué responder a cada pregunta de manera incondicional. Incluso si muchas personas hacen la misma pregunta, el conmutador Akashi da una respuesta en función de la procedencia, edad, experiencia y otros factores de cada persona.
Could it be
Son
because
racistas,
we're
pues.
Outlanders and we've only just arrived in Sumeru? You know, maybe we're not qualified to receive an answer to this sort of question or something. Well, seems no matter which way we try, we can't find anything
Vamos
that'll
al
lead us to
santuario,
Lesser
pues.
Lord Kusanali. Guess our only choice now is to try meeting with the researcher that Tainari recommended. He's from Sumeru and even has a position in the academia. Maybe he'll be able to access more info from the Akasha. Let's see.
Voz
Tainari wrote an
akáshica.
address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate.
Está aquí
Let's
cortísimo.
head over and have a look.
Farilla.
Hopefully he's at home.
Been handed all the cumbersome tasks
Hello.
again.
¿Qué onda,
Are you
chiquillo?
a Howie?
Ah, Pirro.
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Pues sí, a ver.
You see,
Espero, digo,
Tainari
no sé.
sent us here and...
What? Tainari?
Simón.
Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I
No
published
estamos
last
aquí
month
para
wasn't
hablar
my
temas
best work,
académicos, no
and
te
maybe the
apures.
data...
Here, this is a letter from Tainari.
Oh, let me see. Oh, ooh, what a relief. You two nearly scared the life out of me. So it seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring information. So, what is it you two would like to know?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area of expertise, but let me see what I can find in the Akasha.
Yo también tengo uno y no me funciona. Nada.
Sorry, the Akasha didn't respond to my query.
What? You too? But what about your abilities for getting information and all?
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher.
Yo
The
veo que
Akasha
tienes
doesn't
mucho pelo.
see a need for me to know more about the Dendro Archon. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's
Ya
never
ves,
left the
ahí
sanctuary of
está. Vamos
Surastana
al
or made a public
santuario.
appearance.
Didn't expect her to be such a mysterious figure.
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
Aw,
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing here. You could certainly try asking around and see if anyone else has ideas. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord Kusanali may not be a bad thing.
¿Por qué no?
In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha and things you can never accomplish. Knowing when to yield is a form of wisdom.
Nel,
Take me,
perro.
for example.
Yo no me rendiré con
It's
esto.
a miracle if my brain cells can spit out
Me rendo
one
con
paper
muchas
every
cosas, pero con
3
esto no.
years. But Tainari? That guy can publish 3 papers in just a single year.
Okay. Thanks for your advice.
Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or relations between the 6 great sages, come find me.
O sea que tú eres el chismoso del pueblo, ¿no?
Hey, come on. This is a survival skill at the academia.
Oh, Paimon's expectations were pretty low, but this is so low it's like digging holes in the dirt. So what do we do now? Even if we want to talk to someone, we don't know anybody here.
Sí que conocemos a alguien.
Huh? Like who?
Ad Astra Abyssos.
Oh, you're
Welcome
right.
to the Adventurers Guild.
Catherine! The Adventurers Guild has its own intel network. Let's hurry and find her.
La Caterina. ¿Cómo estás, chiquilla? La Caterina, ¿dónde está? Aquí está, chiquilla. ¿Cómo estás?
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Hello, traveler in Paimon.
Catherine, we need your help with something.
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué hay 4 Catherines?
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always ready
Son
to serve
robots.
you. With what do you require assistance?
Okay.
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood. Please wait.
Va a cerrar sus ojitos y va a preguntar, ¿no? No, no pueden, va a decir. No encontré nada en el Akasha. Lo raro es que la reina
I apologize,
ya nos había hablado.
but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha.
Nos
I'm
habló estando
also
en las
unable to
islas. Me
locate
dijo,
any pertinent
un día nos vamos a
information
ver.
in my
Aquí
personal
espero.
memory.
Ya llegué. ¿Dónde estás?
Another dead end. Well, if Catherine can't help us,
Vamos
then
al
we really
perro
don't know
santuario.
anyone else to ask now.
Please do not worry. I may know of someone who can help you two. In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, there are numerous active mercenary groups collectively known as the Eremites. They take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru, so they naturally accrue intelligence. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the oldest brigade, but they are responsible for managing and coordinating the affairs of all other mercenary brigades.
Corps of 30? What a weird name.
Supposedly, they are named as such because their ranks numbered 30 at their inception. Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. Though he's already retired, he and his words carry great weight within mercenary circles. If you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of 30's headquarters, the Citadel of Regzar.
Dicen que lo que tiene Catherine en la espalda es como un espacio para una llave, ¿sabes? Y que como son robots, de ahí se abren.
You're welcome.
Ahora
I
que
wish
si
you
quieres
two the
abrir a
best of luck.
Catherine.
We
Ok,
look
ya.
forward to your exploits in Sumeru.
No, en serio, Catherine. ¿Qué rollo
Off to the
contigo?
Citadel of Regzar we go.
Por cierto, a ver, ya pasaron 28 minutos. Seguramente ya te diste cuenta. Pero, pues como puedes ver, exploré un poquito más de Sumeru. Ya tengo esta montaña de este lado, ya vine a esta torre de aquí, ya hice otro que otro punto de teletransporte, llegué al puerto Hormos, básicamente para que en el siguiente episodio, que es este, no sea más sencillo llegar a los puntos a los que queramos llegar. Hablando de eso, vamos a despedir el episodio yendo por la nueva Regisvid, que por cierto no es dentro, lo cual fue algo decepcionante. Es una Regisvid crío. Así que vamos a venir aquí, nos vamos a tomar una fotito con este bicho enorme y vamos a acabar el episodio. Así que vamos por allá. Vamos a cargárnoslo. Nuevo enemigo. ¿No se puede tomar una foto? Qué triste. A ver, vamos a hacer lo siguiente entonces. Vamos a reiniciar la pelea. Necesito una miniatura con esta planta para pelear. Con el Benito, por ejemplo, o la Xiangling mejor para que llame más la atención. Así, miniatura. Miniatura. Miniatura guapa. Sí. No, no me gusta. Cambió el mensaje. Vamos a tomar otra. Miniatura guapa. ¿Será difícil tomar la miniatura sin que salga ese mensaje? La verdad no lo sé. Ah, sí, está bien, perro. Básicamente porque no se puede. A ver, igual tengo que... Así, no. Perro es Electro. Ah, la bestia me va a matar. A ver, Xianglinga. Haz una pose por acá, apuntando para acá, así. No sé. A ver, que se le quite el mensaje ese. Toma, perro. Ya, bueno. A ver, Xiangling, no te mueras.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Necesitamos la miniatura, Xiangling, resiste. Tú puedes, chiquilla. Recupérate. A ver, esta. A ver, puede ser algo mejor, pero por lo menos ya tengo algo.
Adventure time.
¿Esto qué?
Let's light. That's gonna hurt in the morning. Let me read you a verse. Rain outlined into the wind.
Hacemos la la elemental, tiramos la valla elemental, otra elemental, elemental de este vato, hasta que su punto débil se ponga aquí abajo. Aquí está. Una vez que esté aquí abajo, ahora sí, ataques elementales, mocos y
One with wind and cloud. The wind knows me.
La nueva Regisvid, Electro. No sé si antes dije crío. La verdad no estoy seguro. ¿Dije crío? ¡Ay, es precioso! Fruto atronador. No sé quién lo vaya a ocupar, pero seguramente... ¡Ah! ¡Bono daño dentro! ¡Bien! ¡Por fin! A ver. Se lo pongo... Se lo voy a poner al viajero. El viajero que tengo aquí. Bono daño dentro. Me gusta. Porque este vato no tiene los talentos de la otra morra. A ver. Esto. Que por cierto, no tengo nada mejor. Sí, este está más chido. Este es una porquería, sinceramente. Así que se la vamos a dar a este vato. Vamos a meterle esta cosa. Simón. Todo se fue a vida. Nice. Qué porquería de artefacto. ¿Qué esperabas? Son artefactos del Henshin. Así es esto. Pero oye, en fin, vamos a darle el bono de daño dentro, que lo tengo... Aquí, no. Aquí, bono de daño dentro. Tengo otro material así de esos de 20. Por ejemplo, este que es Electro. Y es una porquería. Pero sí, es una porquería. A ver, que se vea todo a maestría. No está tan mal, digo. Maestría es un buen... Sí. Va. Vamos a darle bono daño dentro a este vato. Y tenemos ya otro 15% de bono daño dentro. Y para que ya quede en bono daño dentro, vamos a darle... qué porquería. Pues uno de estos, mientras tanto. Dice, tras golpear a un enemigo con una habilidad elemental o definitiva, la resistencia dentro de dicho enemigo se reduce en un 30% durante 8 segundos. Este efecto se puede activar incluso cuando el personaje que lleva este conjunto equipado no está en tu equipo. Perdón, este conjunto equipado está en tu equipo, pero no en combate. Está muy bien este set, fíjate. 30% menos de resistencia, está bien. Ahora sí. Pues gente, aquí vamos a ir despidiéndonos del episodio. Espero que les haya gustado muchísimo. Nos vemos en el siguiente. Cuídense y les mandamos un fuerte abrazo. Hasta la próxima. y chao, chao.